Okay. So welcome you to my first meeting in my new position. Very welcome to everybody who join us, even Steve. You picked the right day, you see, it's very interesting. So normally we would have a speaker here. He would tell us something about the project they make, and it sounds pretty interesting. They're working with veterans together. They are, disabled, and they helping them, be in a good mood. They working on bikes and repair bikes or cars, and they have what I saw also a fitness center in the location where they're staying to keep them also from the healthier. So, and I would be, oh, wait a minute. Somebody comes in also. So there's somebody, Michael.
Well, we can always have Steve tell us about himself.
Yes, that for sure. Yeah, what you writing? That would be a good question. What you writing when you're writing?
I recently purchased a Gold Wing,
Okay.
the 2017. I went from a 750 Honda to a Gold Wing.
Oh.
You're the man. You're the man.
Yeah. I don't know whether I made a mistake or whether it was the right decision, but it is a completely different ride.
Yes, that's for sure. So, and then we have also another guest. I think the name is Michael Atkins. Hi, Michael. Nice to
Hello.
see you. Where are you located?
Up on Georgian Bay in Ontario.
Oh,
Mike,
wait.
you're an associate member, aren't you?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We
So-
just don't see him too often, Ute.
Okay. So welcome also to our meeting. We're waiting still for the speaker. So, but maybe, we tell something a little bit about us, where we are located, special for Steve tonight, that he can hear a little bit. I can start with me. My name is Ute Schneider. I'm located in Friendswood, Texas. This is South Houston. And I just started to be the president of this club for this year. So I will give it to the next.
Congratulations.
person. Thank you very much. I
Are
will
you-
give it to John.
Are you looking for any happy bucks this year or this
Yes.
meeting?
Of course, if you have something for our happy box, you are
I do.
welcome.
I do. I got a phone call before I left the office from the BMW MOA at the rally. I was drawn on the second drawing to win a BMW motorcycle,
Wow, congratulations.
a 1000 RR. What the hell is an 81-year-old guy going to do with a 1000 RR?
That's
I
a
wanna-
hell of a happy $100 there.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna say
but
that's worth more than $1.
you betcha.
Yeah, wow, that's cool.
You know, Glenn, I just sent them an email today and asked who the winners were because I never heard and I couldn't find it anywhere on the internet or anything. So we didn't go to the drawing.
I
We were at the
came
rally.
I came home and
And,
told
and-
my granddaughter, and she looked it up on the internet and found my drawing.
Oh, she did. Oh, I
Yeah.
couldn't find it. So she's
Yep.
smarter than I am.
I'll tell you, when it comes to the computer, I don't even challenge her. She
Yeah.
knows,
Now-
she knows what she's
Now I
doing.
know the only winner I need to know. So that's I'm happy.
And it stays in the club, isn't it unique? That's really great.
How about that?
You ought to be able to keep up now.
No, I'm gonna tone it down, detune it.
I was sitting one time of this kind of machine and it's not comfy for me at all. So, I'm too tall, I think, anyway, for this kind of machine. And it's definitely too fast.
Hey, we'll find out.
Yeah, do we have another happy minute? Something else you have to share with?
I have a mixed one. I'm happy to say that Larry Trippett is now the new North American president of IFMR.
Yes.
And I'm no longer it.
So you have more time now.
Yeah, I had a lot of time because of the pandemic this last year too, though.
Yeah, that's true. There was not so many rides happened. Even our ride
And-
we had down here in Texas, right?
I'm also very happy that it appears that Canadian borders are getting close to being open.
Yes, I heard that today, and I'm sure that all Canadians are very happy about that.
It's scheduled to be open 2 weeks from today, unless they delay it a little longer, but
Okay,
they started the things necessary to make it open.
okay.
Canada, here we come.
So, but can we make the round? Maybe John, you can say something about it, and then you pick somebody who tells something about themselves as well, please. Make a little round.
What are you asking?
I'm asking you to say who you are and what you're writing.
Okay. I'm John Cram. I own an Indian Roadmaster, the pride of the fleet, and I live just outside of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania.
So, and now pick somebody who make exactly the same.
How about Deb? She's next to me.
Okay, well, hold on, let me flip back and forth. I'm taking attendance at the same time, so woo, big surprise. I am Deb Teplitz. I live actually in the Northeast Houston area, so here I am down in Texas. I'm originally from Chicago. I am riding a Yamaha Roadliner S.
Thank you. So, and who you pick?
Oh, let's go with who can I get? Well, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go with Scott. Come on back in, Scott. Come on. Talk about you.
Probably helps if I get off mute. Scott Nelson, Alameda, California. Today I was riding my 1200 GSA, and last week my ST 1300 crapped an alternator.
Whoa.
That's fine.
I know how to fix it. It's just a pain in the ass.
And now you are cooking.
I'm about to make some tea. I just got in from the office. Being on West Coast time, you're still catching me on company hours, but once in a while I escape and evade.
Okay, thank you. So you can pick somebody who say the same.
Oh, let's see here. I'm going to pick on Sherilyn because I don't think I've talked to you before.
Who?
Sherilyn, who's on mute.
I'm unmuted now. Sorry. Hey, Deb, I see you up there. I'm Cheryl Ramsey. I'm from Bay Cliff, which is in the southern part of the Houston area, close to the bay. I ride a 2007 Harley Davidson Softail Deluxe.
Welcome in the it's the woman power in Houston. I see.
There you go.
Here we
We're
go.
sisters, aren't we, Miss Deb?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Actually, Sherilyn is a member of my group. I'm really excited she came today. I want to encourage everyone, on an aside note here, to share the events from our page because that's how we get visitors. So just a reminder.
Yes.
So I guess I'm supposed to pick now.
Yes.
Michelle.
Hi, Perrysburg, Ohio, and got a Softail Deluxe, which I swapped out, and we've got a plethora of motorcycles in our garage, but at the moment I'm riding a scooter, a Yamaha S-Max, until I replace my bike. So I guess we'll go with Mr. John Cram.
He was already. You have to pick somebody.
I went
I'm
already.
sorry. Keith, you gone?
Yeah, no, I have not gone. I'm Keith Lidgren. I live in the Virginia Beach, Virginia area, down on that little creek they call the Atlantic. I currently ride a 2018 Can-Am Spider. For the last week, I've been riding around town on my little 1979 Vespa.
Wow, that's cool. Really cool. So pick somebody.
Chris Jones.
Thanks, Keith. So my name is Chris Jones. I'm from just outside the Charlotte, North Carolina area, and I ride a 2010 Goldwing Audio Comfort. And I'll pick on Jerry Jackson.
You always pick on Jerry Jackson. Oh,
every chance I get.
Hi, I'm Jerry Jackson. I live up here just outside of Detroit, Michigan, out in the country. And I ride a, well, now it's a 2012 Goldwing, red colored one. I still have my 2001 bright yellow one too, which I ride once in a while. Both gold wings. So Steve, you're in good company with a lot of gold wings here.
Oh, yes. You know, I'll tell you, I was fueling and up comes a Harley Davidson Fat Boy. And I'm from the construction industry, and everyone in construction rides Harley Davidsons and tells you it's the only bike out there. And if you're not riding a Harley, you're not riding. And I looked at his bike and I said, that is a pretty bike. And he looked at mine and he goes, and that's comfort.
Yeah.
So I was kind of appreciative that a Harley Davidson owner
we
admitted that a gold wing has a little bit more comfort than a Fat Boy.
We kid each other all about our motorcycles, and I'm probably one of the biggest kidders. I actually have little chrome C with a little stick on that you can stick on in front of the Harley Davidson, so it says Charlie Davidson. So anyway, and I'm gonna pick on Ron Mead for next.
Thank you.
Alrighty, well, I'm Ron Mead. I live on the California Central Coast, a little town called Santa Margarita, just over the coastal range. So we're not really in the coastal aspect, but it's still considered Central Coast. I obviously don't ride a new BMW R1000 since I didn't win the drawing, but I do ride an R1200 RS. And really enjoy that. We just got back from Montana and went to Spokane and had quite a trip out of it. So that's me, and I'll pick on David.
Hi, I'm David Yunroll. I live in North Georgia in Dawsonville. I'm at my farm right now, just south of Chattanooga, Tennessee, in Summerville, Georgia, and I ride a BMW F750 GS.
You have to go one time. You have to go to the BMW dealer to Chattanooga, David. Do you ever was over?
Yeah.
They are such
it's
a great team. It's really a great team. We had an accident, and so we got stranded there for 2 days. And they took really care on us. Even they rode us, you know, from the dealership to the hotel and back because we had nothing to drive at this time. So they are really cool. So tell them hi from us when you really go over there. They will remember, believe me. So who you pick? Who you want to pick?
Who hasn't gone yet? Let's see.
Glenn?
I'm on an iPad, so I've got to scroll through to find people. Okay, Glenn, how about you?
You want me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm the one that won the motorcycle.
Yes,
right.
exactly.
Right now I ride a BMW F800 GS, and it's a nice little bike. It's I'm 81 years old and I needed something smaller. I had a BMW K1200 LT, and it was
Nice.
just too big. And Rob keeps complaining about I can't keep up, but hey, my reflexes are a lot slower than they used to be. I'm a little more cautious. I used to get probably 4,000 miles out of a set of tires. Now I'm getting 10,000 miles out of a set of tires.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes a big difference to get old.
But wow, I wish when I'm 81 that I'm still riding, you know, this is awesome. It's really awesome.
That's the only thing that I can do that I'm still going. Okay, I'm gonna pick Rob.
Okay, I live in Bel Air, Maryland, which is a little bit east of Baltimore. Ride a Yamaha Tenere, and just acquired a little Honda Shadow as a project bike. So I'll get that running here eventually. Rory, why don't you tell us about yourself?
You're muted.
Yep,
Yeah.
I know. I had to figure it out. It's the first time I've ever done this on my phone.
Yes.
Okay, Rory Windrum. I'm from the west side of Michigan, just outside of Muskegon, the town of Norton Shores. Currently riding a 2018 Goldwing DCT. Other than that, not a whole lot. Got rid of a 2005 with 150,000 on it.
Wow. Great. Yes.
Saying, who else do we have here? I think we're running out of people, aren't we?
Linda.
Hey, there's Tom. There's Tom Dines. I can pick on him.
Yes. Thank you, Rory.
Hey, Tom, we're telling everybody about ourselves and what we ride.
Well, currently in Breckenridge, and in Breckenridge, Colorado, I have a Triumph Bonneville, one of the newer classics. It's a 1200 cc and gets along very nicely in the mountains. About 8 months out of the year, I also parted with my K1200 LT BMW for the sheer weight and size, and I went to a Triumph Tiger Sport, and it weighs all of 423 pounds, but got lots of power, and it's a fun bike. I have to comment, I have a feeling that we're going to see a lot more rides this coming year now that COVID is going kind of bye-bye.
Hopefully they found a new mutation form, so we will see.
Well, they had the Delta variant, and now they're talking about the Lambda variant.
Yes.
But if you've had both your shots, there's a good chance that even if you got the COVID in one form or another, again, it would be nowhere near as severe as it might be otherwise.
Yeah, we hope so. Then we have still Linda open.
I was going to miss that one. I'm Linda Ryan. I live an hour and a half north of Seattle in a town called LaConner, and I ride a Triumph Street Twin.
Mm-hmm.
Anything, you don't want anything else? I'm good.
So then we have Clark. What do you want to say something about you?
Yeah, Clark
Hi.
Painter. And I'm north of everybody, east of everybody, and I'm in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada. And I run a K1200 LT. I have a K1100 LT in the closet that I have to work on some.
BMW. I think this is the most, it's really interesting in this group. So you have some, they have the Gold Wings, so Honda, then a lot BMW riders. And how many are riding a Harley? Do we ever have somebody with a Harley?
Emilio, who isn't here.
Yes, Emilio, that's true. So
and Sherilyn's waving too. It's like, yeah, we don't, oddly, we don't have a lot of, we haven't had a lot of Harley riders, so good to get some.
Ute, did we
I have a Harley. I just,
like, yeah.
I have one, but I'm trying to sell it because you can't, I mean, it's fun to have two, but there just isn't time to ride them both, so.
We have 3 of them.
Ute, did John Henry get a chance to talk?
no, that's true. John Henry. John Henry?
He's got us on mute. He might have stepped away.
He's on mute and he hasn't moved in quite a while there.
Yes.
Yeah. He's taking a picture of something.
He's still taking that picture.
That needs a long time with the picture. Yeah, so.
I can show that video trailer if you want.
Oh, well, he can't talk. According to the message, apparently he's in a place where he cannot talk at the moment.
Yeah, maybe that's why. So maybe we have a chance to ask him a little bit later. Yeah, so our club, I want to tell Steve maybe a little bit, and you know, the lady from Houston, Sherilyn, what we're doing over here. So I started, you know, getting a member from this club when I was in Germany on the international convention, and we was at the booth, and from the IFMR, so the International fellowship of motorcycle Rotarians. We have two. So, and then they said, oh, there is a club and you can join. And my husband is joining Rotary so many years. And I was, you know, the spouse at the side, and I helped him. And then I said, okay, this is a good way to do it for me, because, you know, I love motorcycling. I have a lot of contacts over the Houston district Rotarians, but nobody have really something to do with motorcycling. So, and this is how I joined the club here. And the good thing is, so we can talk these gasoline talks, right? Whatever we want to talk, where we want to go, what we're planning. And on the other side, that was my inspiration also, was to do something in the community. And we are not that many people right now in the Houston area, so we are more than open to let you join, Sherilyn, because we need some support, right, Deb, over here?
Yes.
And so we have some projects that we want to make next year, or this right now Rotary year. So we want to make a polio ride, a ride to end polio in May 25th. So, and everybody in the club will host a ride in this different kind of area, or they want to go and plant some trees, you know, some activity we want to do at the 25th of September this year all together. And then we will meet via Zoom online. Doesn't matter where we are at this time, so we want to join. So, and the money we want to raise for the Polio Foundation, it's we packing in, you know, we buying vaccinations for that, or Rotary do it. And per example, with one ride I made a couple of years ago, it was $9,000 I made in 3 hours, you know, or raised in 3 hours. And we paid something about 30,000 immunizations, something like that. So only to give you a feeling for what we're doing and how we're doing. And we can support, you know, local things. There's another project I really like to support a little bit more. It calls the Firefighter Home. When you know that 1 of 3 firefighters get cancer, and Houston is the competence center for cancer treatment, and they're coming out to Houston, you know, and when you think about it, you get sick. You don't know where you stay. It's not really cheap to stay in a city like Houston. So the Rotary Club of the university area in Houston started this project, and they want to buy a whole house in Houston. And right now we have 6 apartments over here where firefighters from all over the United States can come in. They don't have to pay anything, only, you know, what they need for the personal need. And the money will take care on, you know, of the rent right now, because we don't own the house already. The rent, the furniture, everything, you know, is donated from Rotary members or sponsors or whatever. So right now we have 6 apartments where this firefighter can stay with the family. Don't worry about who's paying anything, can full concentrated to be in the treatment. And I think this is, you know, we need firefighter, right? So, and they get not even paid that well. So I think a little bit support from everybody, from us, is not that bad. So this is one of a project what's running here. And so I'm sure everybody in this virtual room have a project he really likes, or like, for example, David, he liked to support more the youth exchange things, you know, what goes on with the young people. It's a little bit hard for us to organize something like that, because this is different when you are an e-club. So we only meeting via Zoom, even if no corona is there. And so, and this year we want to make a little bit more projects and want to ride together. This is the main thing, the main interest what we have, and what we not did that much in the last year. So yeah, this is a little bit what we're doing.
I'd like to know what Steve's interest in Rotary have been.
We the Lakeshore Rotary Club for 10 years met every week. We had guest speakers each night, and then we had, in addition to that, a board meeting. We raised somewhere around $30,000 a year and gave it away to Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts. We rebuilt cabins at Camp Whippoorwill, which were deteriorated over time. We did a lot of education programs with the local elementary schools. We sponsored 3 internet interact clubs at the local high schools, supported them in their extracurricular activities, tried to get them involved in all of our fundraisers where appropriate. We tried to be creative in trying to raise money. Our club was kind of low, outside of the, it's kind of in a rural area that started to explode in new development, but we were having a terrible time trying to get younger people to join the club. So as time went on, the age of our club got older and older, and I was president for 3 years. I was foundation chairman for a while. I was the golf committee chairman, the new membership chairman. I didn't mind volunteering, and any service organization loves to have their volunteers. So for a club that went from approximately 43 active members to 21, we did a good job. We worked with local boys and girls clubs. We went into some of the lower income communities and tried to work with the Christian ministers who always had a good understanding as to what was going on in their communities in order to help those that are less fortunate. Education supplies, food, extracurricular activities, and get out and vote. So we brought speakers in to try to encourage parents to spend more time with their children. So I think that's typically what a lot of Rotary clubs do. There's nothing particular in Rotary right now that gives me direction. I kind of got burned out with being overly active for too many years. So in the Maryland area, there were some clubs that got into putting in oyster beds and taking care of the Chesapeake. And down here in Savannah, we've got lots and lots of water and estuaries and whatnot. And I do have an interest in, when I was a kid, I wanted to be an oceanographer, and my father pushed me off into engineering school. So now I'm back I'm almost retired 100%. And I'm finding that, the environment is of interest to me. So out of all of the typical things that Rotary does, the environment gives me the most interest at this particular time. That's about it.
It's pretty impressive what you've done.
Yes.
We were just a very active club, and fortunately, there were several members, you could almost label them Mr. Rotarian, because they loved Rotary so much, they just drove it. And you start when you're a weekly club, you develop relationships with other clubs, and then the synergy begins to grow. We actually got a international grant, a $30,000 international grant from RI. We had a minister that went to Mali. He had a missionary camp out there, and we purchased a hand auger drill that needed to be shipped to Mali so that the Africans could, or the Malians could drill wells, sink a PVC pipe, concrete it into location, and with a hand pump get water. So it's a very arid area, and their surface wells collapse and dry out. With this device, you can go down 80 to 120 feet. And the photos of the women in their garden plots before the well was there, which they were very dry and kind of thorny, to plush and lush after the wells were placed, would just bring smiles onto your face, because you could just see the intense happiness that having a continuous supply of water just made their crops grow, which means they could sell vegetables and provide education opportunities for their children. To this day, I still don't know what the Mali men do. The Mali women educate, and they take care of all the health needs. They raise the children, that they generate the income. I got no idea what the men do. But that was a lot of fun, that particular one, being that we had to get the it was manufactured in Nigeria, and then we had to ship and go through customs in order to get it to Mali. And the full $30,000 was spent doing that and giving them enough supplies in order to be able to charge for the wells. That they would charge like $500 to sink a well 100 feet, where the only local well driller in the area would start at $1,500 to sink the same well. And so they went around charging villages, $200, $300, $400, depending upon how deep they had to drill. And then they used that revenue to buy new supplies and keep putting wells in the ground. And a year and a half ago, when we had representation there, they were still in the business of drilling wells for these garden plots. So that is a Rotary success story. And globally, Rotary's got an awful lot of unsuccessful stories because generators run out of gas, engine parts break down, and then the locals don't have the capability of getting replacement parts. But since this was a manually augered drill, it's still generating income. So that was a good project. That's probably my favorite project.
Yeah, we have a project in Guatemala. Jerry is responsible for that. He can tell you a little bit about that, right, Jerry?
Yeah, I've been involved with Guatemala now for the last, I don't know, 7, 8, 10 years, something like that. And I've been involved doing eye missions down there, and the club's done some support work with eye mission equipment that we use to actually process used glasses and take into Guatemala, and actually also into Kenya. We got some traveling equipment that's working with a particular eye doctor that's in another Rotary club, and we're doing some great things down there.
Yeah, I actually I've been sponsoring children through Compassion since the late 90s, and one of the girls that I sponsored, who actually graduated from the program, she's actually in nursing school right now, and she's in Guatemala. And Guatemala, the crime rate is astronomically huge. So anybody, any organization.
That depends where you're at down there.
Say again, please.
I said that really depends where you're at down there.
Ah, okay, okay.
It's not anywhere near what it is in Mexico or El Salvador.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. So whatever town she's in.
I spend anywhere from 6 weeks to 2 months a year down there. So.
Oh, great. All right. Great, great. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
We've got our club actually. I've if you would, Steve, can you text either me or Deb your email address?
Yeah.
Get your contact info. Yeah, I'll send you something about our club. We're only 3 years old. We're in our infancy yet here in this club.
Yeah.
It came out of well, we made it a benefit here a couple of years ago, but all of our members are also members of the International Fellowship of Motorcycling Rotarians. The club kind of developed out of that. People move around like you just did, and a number of our fellowship members had moved around and kind of dropped off the board with Rotary, and then we also had spouses and other clubs and different things like that. And so one of our past presidents of IFMR had the idea of, well, maybe we should throw together a club online, online clubs, and we'll make it our community be about motorcycles. And we did just that, and it took us about a year and a half to in a provisional state, and we actually chartered here 3 years ago this week 3 years ago this week as a club. So we're still learning our roots. We did one international project before we chartered. We've done a couple since. We've done one in Mexico. We did this project which benefits both Guatemala and Kenya, and we're now working on something. I don't know if the project got approved yet, but is something to do with trees anyway here around in the United States, Canada, and such. Our club spans Mexico, Canada, and United States, and once in a while we'll have a member drift in from Guatemala even. We're very unique. We have 2 different types of membership. About 25 of us are regular members of the club. Of course, we're not all here tonight, okay? And this is our Rotary Club. And then we have some members, I think the number's right around 20 right now, that stay at another club but participate in our club, okay, as well. Yeah. It's not dual membership. RI has a thing about that, but it's associate membership, okay? It's something we do, and it's been successful for us. We have a number of people that are here every week, and we've been operating online from day one. We've had speakers from Vietnam, Australia, all over the world.
Egypt.
Yeah.
We've had some fascinating discussions about anything, and we have a happy hour meeting once a month. I'm trying to get everybody to introduce their drink when we have that, but that's our 4th Wednesday night. And that's one of my favorite meetings. And this is kind of similar. We do a lot of discussion like this during that meeting. So
yeah, normally,
like I said, we're still learning about us, and it's been a good adventure.
Yeah, sounds great.
How many associate members, Jerry, do you know?
That's like 20 or 21 right now, I think is what it is. It's gone up and down. And when we originally started the club, we were 22 or 23 regular members and 25 associates. Now the balance is a little bit off the other direction.
So the associates tend to be, as one of my club members would say, Terra Club members that come over and visit, like myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Right? Yeah.
Yep. But you're here every week, so it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had we were a pilot program having satellite Rotary clubs. They weren't chartered, but we would meet Wednesday at 6 o'clock, and our numbers were dropping. So we opened up a breakfast club on, let's say, Monday or Tuesday at Bob Evans, and only 8 people would show up. And so it was a Rotary meeting. It was a satellite meeting, but they were an extension of the 6 o'clock Wednesday night club, chartered, and they were trying to see whether a Rotary Club chartered, let's say, to meet on 6 o'clock at night, could also host a breakfast or a lunch club and try to coordinate, do things from a volunteer perspective, depending upon how people's schedules and time allowed. We did that for a couple of years, and then it kind of all petered out.
I think the most of the clubs have the problem already, and especially when you want to have some young members, and this is what I see here in Houston, that not everybody can make it happen over the day. If you have a meeting, what goes on, you know, like my husband's meeting 12:30 every Friday, the most of the people cannot make it from the time and attend. So I think Corona changed also a little bit. We have a lot of clubs now, they're meeting only once a month. And that works out for them. And I think there is no Rotary police will tell you how you met or not met. But we do it weekly, and we do it, you know, in the evening. And like he said, like Jerry said, we have every fourth meeting in the month is a happy hour meeting. And if we have a fifth meeting or fifth Wednesday in the month, this is free. There's no program at the fifth. And normally we have the programs full until I think we are now at May 2021 with speakers. But tonight, you know, the speaker we should have, he's not showing up. So you never know what's happened then. It's a uncomfortable situation for the host because you have to make something, you know, to make it still interesting or keep the meeting still interesting. But and the really goal what we have is that because last year we couldn't make anything in person, I organized something here in Texas. Next year we have the Rotary Convention in Houston coming up, so you can already sign up. And I organized a hotel here, so we want to try to stay all together. So everybody who comes to Houston, I think Deb sent it out, the booking link for the hotel as well. It's not direct at the convention center. This is a hotel what I blocked, have not a contract with Rotary International. And that's why it's only $109 per night, included breakfast. Here in Houston. So, and this is a gated thing. So when you want to come with the machine, you're more than welcome. And after that, we want to make a 3 days ride in the hill country. So you're more to welcome to do that as well. So this is the plan. So this is the end from my year then, is a Rotary Convention. So this is a big thing what I want to make happen. And when you can, if you want to get through the registration for the convention, you can, what I said, do it right now and then look for the host events, because I can tell you they are limited. And as soon as you make your reservation, nothing can happen. So you can join. There's a big event going on the Discovery Green. I would really suggest to book that. And there's 2 events, because we had so many people they're asking for the Space Center in Houston. Actually, it's close to me, half an hour away from me, the Space Center. So they make a special evening for us, 2 special evenings for us. Each 3,000 people, they can come in. And because we had no convention in Hawaii, no personal convention in Hawaii, and now in Taiwan, we're expecting 40,000 people in Houston for the international convention.
Wow.
So, and hopefully we can see each other, have a fun time, you know. I already booked my room in this hotel because I want to stay there with you guys for sure, you know, to do whatever we want to do. And one day after the convention, we have a ride to a local dealership, and he will donate whatever you want to buy. It's a BMW dealership, but he have also Harleys for sure. He have Kawasaki, he have Triumph, he have, you know, everything parts what you want to buy. He want to make a donation from 10% for the Polio Foundation. So that comes too. So Rotary Convention 2022 in Houston. And be prepared, it will be pretty hot. But Steve, you know already from Georgia, right?
Actually, you know, I'm here for 43 days. I don't know. I'm pretty outspoken. I said, I don't know why everyone's making such a big deal over the heat, because there's been a breeze blowing for the last 43 days. And I'm just now finding out that people are saying that this is not normal, that we've had a very cool, light spring. So my pink sunglasses might be getting a little blurry as the weather goes on. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
Are
true.
you telling them you brought the good weather with you?
Maybe. Yeah, right.
It's a little bit cooler down here. Yes, you're right this year, but you never know, you know, especially in the June, it's can be pretty hot. I just told John I was going to the dealership three weeks ago and we had 97 degrees on the bike, and I'm not going without my protection clothes. So, you know, never ever.
Yeah.
So it's pretty tough.
Yeah. Yeah.
What else? So
When we rode to Montana, we had 4 days of over 100, and one day was 105 going up the East Sierras, and then getting into Fresno 2 days ago was about 105. So I suspect it's been pretty hot, unusually hot up in Alameda too, Scott, because I mean it's been really cooking down everywhere else around here. So we were in Spokane for their record-breaking heat, but fortunately we were staying the day, but we had to leave the next day. So it's been nice and warm.
cozy. So the only thing what you can do here, or what I bought, I think pretty fast when I moved here, is I have a cooling vest. So I make it wet, and whenever, you know, it's pretty hot like this, I put it under my jacket. When the wind flows, it cools you down. And you can buy something. I saw something what you can buy, and Jerry brought up last week when we had the happy hour meeting last month. I mean, he brought up there, he found a helmet with a vent inside. That's interesting too, but it's not a modular helmet. So
it's not a fan, it's an air conditioning unit.
No, it's a fan.
No, it's actually a heat exchanger air conditioning unit.
Really? But it's no modular helmet. I would not, you know, I feel not comfortable.
No, I've seen those. They have a Peltier chip in there. So it's a solid state heat pump based on diodes. And that's in the crown of the helmet. And they've got a little cooling bladder that's between that and heat sink on the top. They say if you turn it up too high, you kind of feel like you have an ice cream headache.
No, they said it's not that you have this brain freeze because it's too cold inside. This is what they talked specific over that helmet. But I see you also riding in your riding gear. You never would ride without, right? Yeah, me too. It's not. I feel not safe when I would sit only with a t-shirt or something on the machine. No, it's no way for me.
Uta, what's the humidity like there?
Right now?
Well, this is about the time that it's going to be next year, right, for the conference.
Yeah, that's depend on it. It's not hot right now, but it's pretty humid, you know, because we have every day we have rain, and tonight we will have rain again. So wait, I can tell you pretty quickly. Right now we have a humidity.
I'm showing 55% right now, and that's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Okay.
Yeah, that's relatively reasonable. It's 86 with 55% humidity, and the feels like is sitting at about 90. So today is actually a nice day.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The convention's actually a month earlier than this, so it's a big difference.
Yes.
They don't start swimming by in the air until August, right?
Oh, August is the worst.
Brutal.
By, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, but we are riding in September. You want to come, Jerry, right? Scott, you want to come too in 25th of September?
Remind me what day that is.
Saturday.
What?
It's a Saturday.
No, day of the month.
25th.
The
25th, yeah, okay.
25th.
I might be able to make it back by then. Right after the ride, I think we're gonna head up to, I'm reading the messages right now. Looks like we're gonna visit Clark here after our ride down there in Maggie Valley.
Yeah, actually, that's probably a smart idea because you do not want to be anywhere near Southeast Texas at the end of August.
No.
End of August, beginning of September, because that's when we get hit with a hurricane. So yes, do not be here.
Yeah, most of the time. So end of August. Yeah, but we had it in September when I was riding with my husband to North Carolina. That was in September, and there was tornadoes around also, you know, but you never know. Yeah. But I'm pretty excited about that. You know, we're working on that ride at the 25th, and and the best thing is, I think when we, you know, when we see each other all on the different kind of events at lunchtime, this is a plan, right? So I think it's pretty awesome to do that. That's a good thing with the Zoom thing, you know, you can make it everywhere if you have a stable connection to the internet. Yeah.
I was going to comment on the riding gear. We have cool vests also, but at the rally, I got this LD Comfort shirt that my wife has used that and I haven't. And it's thin. It's almost like a hiking shirt, but it absorbs a certain amount of water and then you just zip up tight. I mean, you really got to close up all your vents and everything, which seems ridiculous, but then it stays cool. It doesn't evaporate as fast as the cooling vests do sometimes. And so the tighter you are, the longer it lasts, and actually the longer you stay cool. You know, all those things have some limitations, but I use that coming home. Use the cooling vest going, use that coming home, and I actually like it better because it's a lot less cumbersome.
Okay.
It's long sleeves, so you put on this black long sleeve shirt, and zip up, tighten your vest, and go out in the 105 degrees. It just kind of defies logic, but it actually works pretty well.
What was it
And they have
called,
a
Ron?
LD Comfort, and my wife's used it for years, and I just kind of said, I'll just wear a shirt. And finally, I bought one when we were back in Montana this year, and really liked it. They make the caps too, the skull caps. And, you know, it's not as good as having an air conditioner, but you get that wet and it stays wet for a couple hours. And just having your head moist makes a big difference too.
That's true.
A huge difference. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, the one time, you know, John asked me, he was writing down, I think, was it last year, John, that you was writing and he was like, you know, how you guys can do that? It's so hot down there, and it is, and especially the humidity, you know, when it rains, then you have it maybe for 1 or 2 hours very high. So when it just rained, it's pretty tough to go out. But on the other side, if you get a short shower and you are on the way, you don't care because it cools you down also, and it's drying very fast because of, you know, the heat and everything. So yeah, but be prepared, you know, for the convention for sure.
I did wind up in Death Valley last year.
Yes.
It was 123, but you know, with the wind chill factor, it wasn't much worse than 120.
Mm-hmm.
I think the hardest thing about riding here in Houston is going to be stoplights.
Yeah.
Where you're sitting there, and you know, I'm riding my current bike is a wonderful 113 cubic inch that does not enjoy that hot sitting moment, and so yeah, don't enjoy stoplights. I like getting away from the city, and you know, Ute and I have been talking about some potential places to kind of get away from it and kind of show you a little bit of what our back roads really look like, and it'll be fun.
Yes, it will be fun.
Yeah, but you're talking suits, Ron. That that Aerostitch, I wore that in Singapore when I was riding with some colleagues over there, and they thought I was crazy wearing that fancy California suit there. He said my face looked like a sweaty tomato. I was so red. It's a high humidity thing.
My biggest problem is to get a fitting trouser. If anybody from you guys know how I can get a trouser, well, it's the legs are long enough for my long legs, you know, this is my biggest problem, honestly. And when I have I can maybe choose a male one, you know, but then it looks like I need this kind of legs, you know, when it fits. So I have my legs are too small, so I don't have that. So this is my biggest problem. And if anybody, I was looking for somebody in the United States who make it customized. So you have it in Germany. I know places, but I couldn't find anything in America. You guys know anybody who make custom?
Eurostitch. Eurostitch does custom suits.
Makes it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's an outfit sorry, Scott. There's an outfit down in Escondido, California that does it too, and I can't remember the name of it. It's Moto something or other that a friend of ours was telling Susan about, because she's tall and she generally gets men's. You know, her riding suit is you know, men's. She, you know, has had almost the same size I do, you know, I talked to her about the Eurostitch, and she's going to look at this custom down in Escondido. If she doesn't like that, I think she's going to get an Eurostitch, because she desperately needs a new one before we ride back east this summer.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in Minnesota, so the Eurostitch is kind of natural for me.
Where they are?
I like it. It's really, you know, you all bundled up, but you know, when you get something in there that keeps you a little bit cool, it actually is very comfortable.
Mm-hmm. I have no issues with jackets, only with trousers. You know, with pants. This is my biggest issue. Yeah. So, but thank you. I will definitely look at this. So, do we have anything else?
Before we leave, Ute,
yes.
Otto joined us late, so I'd like to hear, you know, his summary.
Yes, Otto. That's true. Where's Otto?
Otto is here.
Hi, Otto. I asked the people, I can ask you in German as well, but I asked the people to say who they are and what kind of bike they're riding for tonight, because we have some visitors over here, you know.
And where they're from.
Yeah, and where are you from? Yeah.
My name is Otto Reeve. I'm from Vernon, British Columbia, Canada. Vernon is located in the beautiful Okanagan Valley. It's along Highway 97, which runs from, I don't know, Prince George down into Washington State, down as far as the Columbia River, Highway 97. I currently have only one motorcycle. It's a 2014 BMW, the F800 GS Adventure. I was in 2015, December, I flew it down to Montevideo, and then I rode it up to Canada, and then from Canada, after fixing it for a month and a half, I then joined another fellow from Germany, and Stefan and I we rode to the Arctic Ocean and back. So that's my bragging rights.
Stefan Fricke, right?
Yes.
Yes. He's coming to the convention, by the way. He asked me. He's going to Canada to his son, and then he's going with you guys down to Houston. He will come.
Yeah, I've met him since. I met him in Toronto at the convention. I've met him a couple of times since then. And yeah, there's some other fellows with whom I rode, or with the yachting fellowship. So some of the Swiss guys. So we'll have a reunion of sorts.
Yeah, they will come over too. You know, I joined the meeting from the IFMR in Germany the other days, and so they are informed too. They have the booking link as well. So if everything works out, then we will meet us in this special hotel in Houston.
Yeah, in 2013 there was the German, Austrian, Swiss group, Constant Blume. I rode with them in. From Argentina to Chile and back. So the IFMR Motorcycling Fellowship has been great for me, a lot of great fun. And one of the fellows I met from there is Bob Schneider. He's not here. We rode in to the
convention. To the convention in Louisiana, right?
In New Orleans.
New Orleans, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
more rides, but I'll leave it for somebody else to discuss theirs.
No, we already had around, to make that. But Chris Jones told me about that, right? What you made to Louisiana, and this brought me on the idea. And now Jim Deadmeat is working on that, and Larry Trippett is working on that to make the same to Houston.
Yeah, in 2005, when the 100-year anniversary for Rotary, there was a ride as well from Los Angeles to Route 66 to Chicago. I went from Vancouver to Los Angeles.
Wow.
To Los Angeles, to Route 66 to Chicago, and from there I headed on to, after the convention, to New York, up to Canada, the Gaspé Peninsula, back through Montreal, and then home. So it was, I think it was 18,000 kilometers for
Wow.
5 or 6 weeks.
Yes, not bad at all. So guys, then I want to close. And what I forget at the beginning, I will do now. Wait a minute. I will share my screen. Oh, wait. Here we go. Wait a minute. Well, I get lost. Here we are. It's a typical, here we go. The typical, when you want to show something and it's not working. So I want to end the meeting. Why this is not, here we go. Here we go. It's not working. And I want to make this. That was short. Did you hear somebody that? That was short.
Play it again.
Sorry.
There we go.
That's it.
All right, well, thank you.
And I need somebody for the 4-way test. So Deb, would you like to join us in the 4-way test?
Surely. Okay. Number 1, is it the truth? Number 2, is it fair to all concerned? Uh-oh, we got a video starting.
No, wait.
Number 3.
Stop share.
Hello. No, I'm sorry.
That was just really funny. Okay, number 3, will it build goodwill and better friendships? Number 4, will it be beneficial to all concerned? And number 5, is it fun?
Will it be fun?
Yes. Thank you, guys.
All right, thank you very much. It's very enjoyable.
Thank you all. See you next week.
Thank you.
Good night, all.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us, Steve and Sherilyn.
Thank you very
Absolutely.
much.
Thank y'all.
Please
Appreciate your hospitality.
Bye, Deb.
Love to have you come back.
Yes, sir.
Do we have a meeting after tonight or no?
What we want to speak about it? Oh, wait a minute, I have to stop the video first.
Oh, sure.
Video. Yes. Okay. Recording, where was it? Linda, can you see if it stopped?
It has, the recording's still recording.
Oh, here we go. And now?
It's no, it's still going.
Hello.
Down in the lower right of the screen.
Here we go.